Cub Kids. Welcome to my wood shop and welcome to week 2 of Advent. This is day 8 of Advent, week 2. And as you can see, we are in my wood shop. We're going to have a little tour while we have some time together this week. I'm going to show you some power tools, show you how they work, and we're also going to be slowly unboxing some stuff in our box right here, and we'll have something to construct with our tools here, but also with the items we find in our box here. So wait for the end of the show. Kaylee said at the end of last week that what we were going to build was going to be noisy, or was going to make noise. These tools are going to be noisy, and what we're going to build here is also going to have the ability to make some noise. So let's get to it. This week in the Bible, we are in the book of Isaiah. And Isaiah was a prophet, and he came before Jesus. His book was written during what we call the Old Testament, and we are in chapter 40. So listen to these words. Comfort, O comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and cry to her that she has served her term. A voice cries out, in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Now last week, Kaylee talked a lot about the way that Jesus comes into the world being unexpected, and the mountains quaking, and eventually that volcano she made erupting being unexpected. And in this chapter, in this week, I think it's unexpected that we think of a shout, a loud cry, as speaking tenderly and being comforting to people. Because sometimes a shout or a loud cry can be really aggravating or shocking or maybe causing us some fear. But the prophet is saying that a voice needs to cry out in the wilderness, speak tenderly, and comfort the people. So again, it's unexpected that a shout, that a cry could be comforting and could speak tender and comforting words. But this reminds me of a story when I was a kid. I was a sensitive kid. Things would make me cry. And for a while there, I was so sensitive that in order to get through school, I had to make myself kind of appear tough and feel tougher than I was. And when I was young, when I was probably in 6th grade, there was this one boy in my class, his name was Kenny. And he was maybe a little bit more popular, or he came off a little bit tougher or whatever, and we were kind of friends, but he also would pick on me, and the way he treated me, it hurt my feelings, and I had all these questions about what I was feeling. And I remember one time I was riding in the car with my mom, and if you know my mom, she never really says anything bad about anybody, and she very rarely raises her voice. But we're riding in the car, and I'm just so sad about how Kenny's treating me, and I have all these feelings, and I'm kind of close to crying, all about Kenny and the way he's treating me and the way he talks and blah, blah. And then my mom, as she's driving, she kind of grips the wheel and she says, Kyle, Kenny is a wuss. She was just trying to shake me out of it and say, Kenny is not something you need to worry about that much. And in that moment, even though my mom was shouting, her words were so comforting because they freed me of that feeling of that I have to be cool for Kenny, or that somehow I have to impress Kenny, or that Kenny's opinion matters that much. My mom spoke those tender, comforting words with a shout and with a cry, and because she spoke them in that way, they cut through, and I could hear her comforting truth even in an unexpected, almost kind of loud shouting way. Sometimes a loud shout, a clear cry of truth, it's just what we need. It can be comforting and unexpected. It can be loud and comforting. All right, so we're going to start, in order to get us ready for making some noise this week, we're going to open up our first little box of stuff in here. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it is some clear plastic tubing. A little clear plastic tubing. We'll see what we do with this later on in the week. We'll see you tomorrow for day 9 of Advent.